let's to start and to begin, tell me a little bit about yourself. I know you started your hockey journey. It sounds like, based on my research, that you started at HC Příbram. Tell me a little bit about how you got into hockey, your background, and why you chose goalie of all positions.
Oh, okay. Well, it's a kind of interesting story, I would say, because I started playing hockey in Český Krumlov. My parents never wanted me to play hockey, like never. We've been always like a hockey family. Like my grandpa played hockey, my uncle played hockey, my dad also played hockey, and we would always like watch games, travel all over the like Czech Republic just to go and you know watch our favorite team. And I just like kind of I was a little kid, little girl, so I fell in love with this goalie. His name was Šimon Hrubec. I don't know if you know him. He was
Yeah.
on the national team. I think he plays in Switzerland now, and he's kind of like my idol, I would say, and he's kind of the reason why I wanted to start playing hockey. Because we would always like go and watch his games, and so I was like, "Hey, Dad, like I want to be a goalie," and he was like, "No shot, like we're not doing that." So I was like, "But I really want to try it. Like, is it that hard to just like bring me on the ice and like try it, right?" But he was like, "You're." I'm sorry, this is a cat right here, Jackson. Not now.
All good.
um, um, But my dad was like, "Hey, I don't think that's a good idea. You're a girl. Like, we're in a city where there's no like girls' teams." And I'm like, "Well, so many girls play with boys, and then you never know what can happen, right?" So he was like, "Okay." And I was like 9 at that point. So he was like, "I don't think like I think it's really late for you to start." But then he like actually brought me to the ring, and I fell in love with it. It was great. Um, so I played 6 or 7 years with the boys. And then I got the opportunity to play for the U16 national team. I went to this hockey like the camp. And then I think one coach saw me there and he was like, "Hey, I want you to play for you said HC Příbram." So I think I played 2 years there. I got a couple of games, and then I really like I started high school at that point, and I really wanted to go to Canada or the US. Like that's always been my dream. I was like, "Hey, I want to do high school. I want to do college." Um, in America. So he was like, "We can try." So we reached out to an agent, right? And I got like an offer from Stanstead College. So I traveled like what was it after my freshman year of high school? I went to Canada and I spent 2 years there. It was great. It was a great experience. It was my first time actually being away from my family.
Right.
Um, but it taught me a lot, like hockey wise and like being independent wise. It was great. And I was really worried I'm not gonna get into college. But as soon as I heard from Elmira, I was like, that's a place for me. So
Yep.
now it's been like what, 10 years? It's my 10th season, I would say. And of course, like I've been struggling. Of course, I wanted to quit, but I was like, hey, it's always been my dream. I put so much effort into that sport. Like my dad and my mom and like everyone around me was like, hey, you can do it. Like you've always dreamed about this. I'm like, I know. So that's what brought me here.
Yeah. No, I love it. Well, I want to I'll go backwards just a tiny bit. One, I'm sure you might have seen, but I'm sure you're happy to hear that Příbram won the Women's Extraliga once again. So I know that they've been a big powerhouse. I know Julia Peshova is there, and she's been really great for them in net. So fantastic journey. And I've heard the same similar story from a lot of the athletes that have come over from Czechia over the last decade or so, right? Playing with the boys, trying to figure out how they're going to make it work. But you persevered, you made it. Tell me a little bit about Stanstead real quick. I know if I remember correctly, Stanstead is just across the border from my home state in Vermont. So it's right on the US Canada border. You got a chance to play there. You leave home for the very first time. What challenges did you face when you came over to North America for the first time? And, what was it like adjusting to, I guess, the North American game versus, the game that you were playing in Europe?
Um, that's a very good question, actually. Well, I came there. I was like, "Hey, it's a new place. I'm not expecting anything. I just really want to like learn." And like the first thing, like the only not the only, but the main reason why I wanted to travel and like go to the US or Canada, it was just because I really wanted to learn English and improve, right, in hockey and just like study and get my diploma and stuff. And
Yeah.
I was like, hey, that's a great opportunity and we'll see where it takes me. But I'm not gonna lie, it took me a while to like adapt and get familiar with the campus and everything and like the schedule. It was, oh my God, it was really, really tough for me because if you compare like school in Europe in general or like in Czech and then you go to Canada and so it's a boarding school, it's a prep school. It's really, really strict. But I don't know, I learned how to like manage my time, get used to the schedule, really follow the rules and like really work on myself.
Sure.
I learned that it's important not to just work out with the team or practice with the team, that I really have to do something by myself on my own. I don't know, like the 2 years it went by so fast, like really fast. Like I remember coming to camp. I don't know if you know, her name is Yulia Yeboskova.
Yep.
She's at Shattuck's now,
Sorry,
and
sorry.
I spent my first year with her, and that was great. She really like made me feel that I have someone there because it was really hard for me to find friends since I was international and all of the people are French Canadians. It was tough, but she made me feel like I belonged there, which was amazing. Um, but yeah, I don't know, it was great. When I'm looking back at it, like I'm really, really glad I went there, and I probably wouldn't choose a different high school.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, no, I love it. And you said that you wanted to come over and, get better at English as well. And I have to say, it's fantastic. So you clearly did great learning English as well. So I'm still learning Czech a little bit. So I am trying more and more every day. But it's obviously a very difficult language, especially for us English speakers. So, but I do pretty well when I'm over in Czechia. So I'm happy for that. Um, so you spent a couple years at Stanstead, and then you end up at Elmira. Was Elmira a school that was kind of on your radar the whole time, or did they find you? I guess how did you end up there after you finished up at Stansted?
Well, I believe that it was kind of coincidence and it happened really, really fast. And I think that was a sign for me to come here, obvious. Because I had an offer from Utica University too. So I was just like, it happened really, really late after the season. I would say like April, when I committed in April, but I was in touch with Coach Haney. I don't know, since like I don't want to like November maybe. Like I've heard that hey, Elmira might be interested. Um, and I got in touch with Coach Haney, and I just loved the way he like approached me and like talked to me. And I
Yeah,
thought like, hey, I need someone that I'm gonna have like a coach that I will have a great relationship with. Like I'm gonna feel great. I'm gonna feel like they believe in me and stuff. And I was like, hey, like why not, right? So I we set up a couple of calls. Same thing with Utica. And for some reason, I just felt that purple and gold would be good for me. So I was like, why not? And then we got the financial statements and like the information about like the school and the team. And then I heard, oh, you can play there, but I don't think you're gonna play there, blah blah blah. So I was like, you never know. Like let's just try it. What's the worst thing that can happen?
yeah,
So then um I don't know what we did after. I'm like thinking. I just remember we really set up like a bunch of calls and he told me, um, we have three goalies. You could be a fourth one, but we still want you here. Like we want you to improve. Like we want you to like get a couple of games and see where you're at. And I was like, okay, let's do it. Like I'm not coming here to play. I'm not coming here at least my freshman year, right? Because I'm
yeah,
gonna be new. I really want to like enjoy my team and like the
yeah.
school and get used to college because we don't really have college at home. So I was
Great.
like, let's do it. Like I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna learn how is it to be in America and in college, and I love it. I truly love it, and I think Elmira is a place for me. I never doubted um, me coming here, so I think it's great.
I love it. I love to hear that. It sounds like you adapted very quickly. And you must have known too. I mean, for those that may be watching this and have never heard of Elmira before, a very successful Division III NCAA program at the women's hockey level. They've won now three of the last four NEHC championships. And I'm sure that had some factor in your decision to go there, knowing that you were going to a program that had a good women's team, had a good program, good history of success. I'm sure that made you feel good as well, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I heard that the culture is good, the history is amazing. Also one thing that really made me choose Elmira was that it's a very small school. It's a really like family, not family based, that's a wrong word, but like there it's not a lot of students, and I don't really enjoy big campus. I don't really, like when Division I schools and like big schools, there's like 20,000 people. I'm like, okay, I can't really do that. So that was a big factor for me too. And then when I hear and I see the news and I'm like, oh, Elmira hockey NCAA like tournament, I'm like, oh wow, that's great.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Well, I can completely agree with you as well. We'll talk about my alma mater in a second. But yeah, also went to a small school, and I don't think I don't think I would have done well on a bigger campus either. So I loved the small feel, and I'm sure you had the same feeling. Um, well, let's talk. I mean, you come in, you think, maybe I'll be the number two, number three goalie. I'll do my best, but you break out very, very quickly. And I'm gonna put you on a pedestal here for a second, right? Let's talk about the year you had. 15-3 record. You have a 1.06 goals against. Your save percentage is a 0.944. Eight shutouts throughout the entire season. That's amazing for a freshman goaltender at the NCAA level. So walk me through, getting into the starting role, what clicked for you. How did it all unfold? I mean, you played great this season.
thank you. I don't know. Like as you like said, it's kind of crazy. I talked to my coaches. I was like, that's crazy. When we're like reflecting on it, I'm like, wow, like it was great. Um, I don't know. It all started like when I came here. We're like, hey, I don't think you're gonna play as much. Like we really want you to learn and adapt and like improve, and
Yeah.
then we'll see. So that was kind of my mentality before I came here and when I came here. So preseason started and I was like, wow, I really like this team. Like I was excited for every single practice. I was put with Leonie Koberger. She was my goalie partner. She's a senior now. She's graduating, and I honestly think that like having such a good relationship with the goalie partner and like I mean obviously with all four of us, we had a really great relationship. But like being with her and like watching her throughout like the first half of the season was just like, hey, I really want to be like her. I really want to learn because she knew what she was doing, right? And I just came to every single practice. I was like, I love it. Like I enjoy every single practice and I see I'm getting better. Like the team, it's fun to be here. And then I remember in November I got my very first game. I remember that we were at the hotel and the coaches were like, "Oh, hey, come here. We want to talk to you." Like the morning before the game. And I was
Yeah.
like, "Okay." And I just like got really worried like what's going on. Even though I know I have a great relationship with the coaches, but
Yeah.
when they come like, "Hey, we need to talk to you." I'm like, "Uh-oh, what did I do?"
It's either gonna go one or two ways, right?
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah.
So I was like, let's see. Let's see. So I sat down. They were like, "Hey, we want you to give you this game." And I'm like, "Oh boy." Like there was like 6 hours before the game and I was like, "Uh-oh, what do I do?" So I was really, really excited, but I was so nervous. Like
Oh yeah.
really, really nervous. Obviously first like start for Elmira. And I was like, "Oh boy, what do I do?" So I was super, super pumped, excited, and like I who knew that it's just gonna be a like beginning of the whole season that I had, right? Um, but then I had a first shutout, right? My first game that was amazing, and I think that made me feel really confident. Um, and because I was told by the coaches, well, they kept like reminding me, like, hey, if you have a chance, just run with it. Like if we give
Yeah.
you a chance, like run with it. And I was like, I know, I'm trying my best, like I'm working hard. and I'm sure it's gonna all like the I know this is kind of cheesy, but the hard work's gonna pay off, right? So I
Of
was
course.
like it will work out. Like if it's supposed to happen, it's gonna work out. And then so I played that game. It was great. I felt amazing. I had the support from my goalie partners, from the whole team, from the coaches. It felt great. And I was like, I really want to be here again. Like I had my first game and I felt so supportive, and I think that's really important to have in a team. But then I played like a harder game, I would say, my first home game, and I was like, oh, uh-oh, like first home game, a bunch of people at the rink in the stands. But I think I did a pretty good job, and that again, like added to my confidence and stuff. So that was good. And then I don't know, I was really motivated in practices too, because I knew that I could do well, I could play. I'm on that level where I can perform good and the team believes in me, and that's kind of what kept me going. And yeah, here I am with what, 18 games maybe.
Yeah.
But playoffs, that was really, really, I didn't think until the last minute that I would like touch the ice during playoffs, but it was an amazing experience. The whole season was just great.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it speaks to the hard work that you did put in. It's great that you had a relationship with your coaching staff where they trusted you and you were able to, be transparent with them. And you were just, along for the ride. You wanted to put in the work, but you were willing to learn. And I think that speaks volumes as a first year athlete at a new program. Now, as a fellow goalie myself, I can say that we're sometimes very modest. We thank our defense, we thank the systems, we thank the coaching, and that's all part of it, of course. But I did watch some of your games, and you flat out stole some of them. I guess before we get into the playoff conversation, what was your mindset as you started to build momentum, as you started to realize, okay, I'm getting more playing time, I'm starting more games, I'm being successful, I'm playing well. Did it ever really go to your head, or were you able to find a way to maintain just like this consistent, cool, calm, and collected, mentality throughout the whole season?
I feel like I just saw the vision of me still learning, still like getting used to how the games are, like how is it so different from playing with the boys and playing at Stanstead. And I was like, what's the worst thing that can happen right now? I'm a freshman. I still hopefully have 3 more years. Like I'm just excited. I used to be really really nervous before the games, but I don't really remember me being like stressed out about a game because I knew
Awesome.
that it's just me being given a chance, and I just have to do my job. And I just believed in myself, like, hey, I can do it. I've done it before. Like I know.
Yeah.
So that's kind of it wasn't like I knew I had to do good because I trusted the team too, and B I trusted in myself, and I was like, I'm just learning. Like if there's a mistake, like that's okay.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I played the whole season, I would say. Just
Yeah.
really the process of learning.
Yeah. No, I mean I mean that's an incredibly like mature way of approaching your position, right? Where you're able to keep your perspective. You're able to say, "Hey, look, what is the worst that could happen?" Right? There's no expectation. All I need to do is go out there and play my game. And it sounds like you were able to do that very well. So first off, congratulations on the great season. So you make it to playoffs. You make it to the NEHC title game. I hate bringing this up, and I knew this moment would come, but you shut out my alma mater, Norwich University, in the final at home in our own barn, and you do it with a shutout. I'm only a little salty about it. Don't worry. I will let it go at some point. But how did that moment feel? I mean, again, another really fantastic moment where you've been playing well all season. You said it yourself. You didn't know that you were going to get any playoff time, but you do, and you make it to the title game and you win the title game. What was it like? How'd it feel?
Incredible. Incredible. I've never felt like this before. I just was so excited to play in that game because I knew it was going to be a great game. And just seeing the team around me, like, hey, we got this. Like, we really want to go to the NCAA tournament. Like, we really want to do that. And we believe in you. Like, we can do it. And that's what kind of like kept me going again. Like, I was so pumped. And I have a thing that like if I stop the first shot, if I like it stays with me, either my stomach and my glove, or I like freeze it, like I know it's gonna be good. And I know I had a couple of saves in the first period, and I was like, it's gonna be great. Like the team played well. I felt great. I would say we as a whole felt amazing in that game, and we're so like motivated and so confident. And after that, like 1-0 feels kind of crazy that we did it, and we all were like working. It's every year. I've heard from the girls like we always wait for the seniors because they really like they want to have their last season like end in a great way. And me as a freshman, that's really really important to me. And it was great. Like it was just amazing. I enjoyed every single second of that game. So
Yeah. No, I love it. You know, seeing that game, watching you guys win, it was a really special moment for you, I'm sure. And I know the feeling you can't really describe it when you get to that point. And it's so funny too. I coach goalies as well, and I always tell them, and I have the same mentality, right? As long as you can make that first save, right, anything is possible after that. And I always tell them that's the hardest one to make in the game is that very first one. And I've adopted that same mentality as well. So I'm glad we're similar in that regard. So you win the NEHC. I will say, when I saw the draw for the NCAA tournament, I saw Plattsburgh State come up, number 5 ranked in the country, and my stomach dropped a little bit, right? I was like, because I have some bad memories of getting beaten by Plattsburgh State at Norwich and them beating our team all the time. Arguably the best NCAA D3 program in the last 20 years. They've won a ton of national championships. They're perennially so good. When you saw that you guys were going to play Plattsburgh, was there like any moment of like, oh man, like this is going to be tough, like this is going to be a hard game?
yeah, I mean, once you actually go to the NCAA tournament, I would say that you expect it to be hard and tough and challenging. So that's kind of what we knew before. We're like, we can do it. Like every team that's in the NCAA tournament is gonna go hard.
Right.
So I was told like, just do your job. The team's gonna do a great job. Like we can do it, and we have nothing to lose. So that's kind
I mean,
of
I think Elmira came into that tournament number 14 or 15 ranked.
yeah.
So I think there was a lot of, there you are again in another situation where there is no expectation, right? You can go into it almost with no pressure. Um, and for those that followed your journey a little bit, we all know what happened. You go to Plattsburgh, and you get a second consecutive shutout in a huge big game situation. Um, you make some clutch saves in the final few minutes of the game. I remember the announcers going crazy on the live stream. Um, I know the NEHC felt great, but was this a different feeling, or was it more of the same in terms of, oh my goodness, it's amazing?
It was completely different. It was also a really personal game for me as a goalie because our goalie coach, Jimmy Pareda, he played at Plattsburgh, and so I was like, hey, like he's coming to the place again. Like he really wants us to be good. So I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, let's do it. Like we'll be good. That's what he keeps telling me. Like you'll be good. We'll be good. So that's what we did. It felt great. Like having 40 shots
Awesome.
is crazy. It was really tough mentally too, but it was so much fun. Like I remember telling him after the game, like, "Hey, I had so much fun."
Yeah. That's awesome. No, I mean, I'm sure he had a little bit of a chip on his shoulder coming in, thinking, "Man, here I am playing against my old school." Um, but look at that. I mean, you get to go and you get to make him proud, and you put up an absolutely a fantastic performance, and bring your team into the next round. And I know the run ended, not the way we wanted it to against Wisconsin River Falls, but the team battled so hard in that game as well. You guys left everything on the ice. Looking back at this whole run, knowing that it was only your freshman year, what have you learned about yourself as an athlete, as a goalie? I mean, you've gone through so many emotions, so many experiences in such a short amount of time. I mean, it's been a couple weeks now. How have you digested it all?
And I'm not gonna lie, I was really, really sad. Obviously, the first weekend when that was actually last weekend when we watched the game. the championship game, and we're like, oh my God, we wish that we could have been there, right? No, I've grown so much. We've grown as a team, it's just, I feel amazing after the season, even though it didn't end the way we wanted it to end. But I've learned so much. I've learned so much about my teammates. I've learned that I'm capable of so many great things. If I really want to be good, I can be good. I've grown mentally, of course. I've never been in so much like pressure like I was this year, like hockey wise. And it feels great. I'm just so excited for next season because I know it's going to be so like even better going to my sophomore year, knowing that we had a great season like my freshman year, like this year, right? I really, how do you say this? I'm just, obviously I was really, really sad, but
Of course.
it feels, I think we still did what we like learned and what we needed to do. And we're all gonna like learn from our mistakes that we did either like in the quarterfinals game or in the first round game, like or just throughout the whole season. Like we all made mistakes and we're just gonna come back stronger at this point. Like we just know we can do so much better. We can, of course, we can do worse, we can do better. Like it's always up and down. But we're capable of so much. And I know we can do so well next year too, knowing that there's so many great players coming back next year and so many great players coming in. And I'm just so excited. Like I know that if I get to play, I know I'm there mentally and I know I can do it. I know I can support the team as well as the team can support me. And it's going to be great. I know I'm going to get on a program over the summer and I know I'm going to come back even better. So I'm just really, really excited.
Yeah. No, I mean, it sounds like it couldn't have been any more perfect for you coming into this program. You're coming into a culture and a team that really, cares about each other. And it sounds like you're so proud of that. I can feel it when you talk to me about it, that you really do feel like you're in the place where you're supposed to be, right? And when you find that program, when we have those teammates, it really is just the perfect situation, and that allows you to play to your absolute best ability. So, and you kind of started to talk about it, but prior to next season, what are your summer plans? Do you have some things you're going to do to start preparing over the summer for next season?
Yeah, I'm kind of, because I'm going home in May, end of May, and I'm gonna be home for like what, 3.5 months, and I know that I just have to work on myself. I have to hit the gym. I have to get on the ice a couple of times. But as my goalie coach, Jimmy, he's gonna get me on a program or like a workout plan. So I think that's gonna help me a lot. But then I'll be coaching little girls on the ice, which is super exciting. I did it last year; it was amazing. But then I'm just gonna really like focus on myself. Work out, go on the ice if I have the opportunity to do so. But nothing really special. I've been doing this for a couple of years, so it just like it really stays the same. So
Yeah, I'm sure it's great going home and getting a chance to kind of unplug and just reset mentally, right, before another big season. But I know you got finals coming up to get through before then. So I appreciate you taking the time chatting with me. I know it's busy at the end of the academic year. Well, this has all been very fantastic. I've got one final question for you before we go. Obviously the elephant in the room being that the World Championship starts in just a couple of days. It's going to be taking place at your home country. I will be there. I think next Friday we leave, so I'm super excited. I can't wait to go. Um, what does it mean to you being a player here in North America and representing your country abroad, when you play in North America? But, how exciting is it that Czechia gets to host the Worlds for the very first time? And have you heard any excitement coming from back home, and are people getting pumped for it?
yeah, I just think it's great that for a small country as Czech Republic is, I think it's a huge thing. Um, I know that hosting the men's World Championship was amazing in Prague. That was amazing. But now like České Budějovice, that's the place where I'm sure you know that. But it's like 20 minutes from my house, and it feels special. It feels really special knowing that on the team there's so many girls that I know, and I think it's gonna feel amazing. And knowing that I'm from that country, like wow, we're hosting the World Championships, it feels great. So I'm really excited to watch all the games.
I was gonna say you're gonna tune in, even though they're gonna be at kind of weird times here.
Yeah,
You're gonna be in class watching on your iPhone the whole time.
of course I can do that.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, do you have any what's your prediction? Do you think the ladies have it in them to put in a good performance at home? I'm feeling pretty confident, so
Me too. I think the team. I've seen the team, like the lineup and stuff, and I think it's gonna be great. I think there's a lot of girls that are from the PWHL and from um like Division 1 schools. I think it's gonna be great. So I'm really confident the girls. Like I think they're gonna do great. It's they're just gonna fight. Like
yeah.
I still think that we're not on the level of the Cana oh my goodness, I forgot I was speaking English, I'm so sorry. The Canada national team and the US, I think we're not on that level yet, but I think the only thing that we gotta do is just compete and like be good, and it's
Yeah.
always gonna work out. So
Yeah, no, I love it. There's some incredible role models, I think, in that on that team and in that roster, and I think you're seeing it firsthand. The quality coming out of your country is getting better and better every year. So, and that's part of the reason why I love doing what I do and getting a chance to cover it. So, um, well, I really can't thank you enough for having an opportunity to chat with you. It's been fantastic. And I'm excited that we get to continue to follow your journey at Elmira for a couple more years. And we'll have to chat again this time next year and recap the season once more.
that's amazing. I really appreciate you reaching out. Like every single post and every single text that I've got from you, it just made me feel great. And I think your page is great, and I really love watching it and following. It's great. Thank you for
Yeah.
reaching out.
No, of course. Well, thank you again. I'm gonna go ahead